What's going on, Aries? Welcome to my channel, Alchemist. Justin here, and I hope you're having a phenomenal month so far. Can you tell I'm excited? For those of you who are returning, welcome back, Soul Tribe. I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, and shares. Your support really is just epic, Aries. And it keeps us growing. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm happy Higher Self has brought you here. We are in for an amazing journey. And let me tell you why. Because it is Celestial News Monthly. I'm gonna need to get. I think I'm gonna get like confetti or something. I gotta like that, or literally probably some like sparklers or something. Because this is a big deal, Aries. No, but Aries, whenever the sun happens to, with this monthly spread, whenever the sun happens to move to a new sign, we're going to talk about where the planets are at and how we can work with the energies. And just so you're all aware, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one. So take what resonates with you, leave, maybe one sparkle or two with me, and never force a reading onto situations, okay? So with all that being said, let's jump into it. Your space has been cleansed. Crystals. Feeling lovely. Just great energy all around here, Aries. So, Aries, I have oracle cards with all the zodiac signs that the planets are in. I'm going to pull an oracle deck from this deck here for each one, and then we will get some details with that tarot. But before we jump into this thing, these readings that I do, they're not gender-specific readings, so apply these energies to people as they make sense for your situations, okay? Thank you. And in case if y'all were curious, the decks that I'm working with, I've included links for them down in the description box below, so definitely check that out if you're interested. But also down below are some links for some other readers that I like watching here, so definitely give them a check out. Very intuitive group. It's, nice to kind of maybe think about kind of switching up the flavor every now and again. Not that I'm positive. If you want to bring that big energy, I got you, Aries, but definitely check them out. But before we get into your card here, let's talk about the shindig that Leo's about to throw down, because I don't know what that's about. But you got the sun that's going to be in Leo, and then Venus is going to be retrograding in doing like a retrograde two-step in Leo. I'm just going to be riffing today with the Aries. But with the sun being in Leo, sun's going to enter Leo on the 22nd of July at about 8:50 p.m. That's going to be Central Time. And then we'll be there, I think it's Central Time. And then we'll be there till the 23rd of August. And with this energy, Aries, this is really great energy for just like really getting into like that kind of playful energy, because yours similar to Leo is very playful energy, very youthful, and that's what is getting like back in touch with like that inner child and doing like tapping into that creative energy and that loving energy, because Leo is is associated with the fifth house, and that deals with romance, deals with creation, deals with just really just great energy that Leo brings. Courage, self-esteem, and this is a thing too. It's very rejuvenating energy. And by like really experiencing life. Finding the joys and like wherever you're going, just bringing that sunlight and just like seriously, just like having fun and remembering that it's where yes, we got this growth to do and all these things and our obligations and such. We got to carve out some time too for just some recreation, just to kind of like so that this whole thing isn't just like a whole grind all the time. We can work smart and play smart, Aries. And then you got Venus that's going to be retrograding in Leo on the same day, the 22nd of July, and will be retrograde until the 3rd of September. And this is going to be interesting energy here, Aries, because with Venus going retrograde, this is nice for finding different avenues to express yourself, because you're a very creative sign as well, being able, bringing in the spring, and honestly being ruling over the head as well. You're very intelligent, so really tap into that fire energy, tap into this creative Leo energy, and this is a great space too for like creating a space for like discovering self-love and really focusing on that self-esteem and really becoming the artist of your life with confidence and with gusto. You know what I mean, Aries? So, and the nice thing about this, one more thing before I talk about that. the one thing too with Venus going retrograde, you know, since we're going in a backward motion, there may be some old relationships that come up. Venus deals with relationships as well. And this could be not just even in a romantic capacity, but this could be maybe we're thinking about some old friends, maybe even some old childhood buddies, or maybe people we grew up with, or something along those lines. Maybe they either reach out to you, maybe they've been on your mind, but this could be some energy maybe where we may revisit some stuff like that if that so moves you, Aries. So, but the nice thing too about this energy as well is depending on where your Aries placements are at, this is going to be forming a trine with your sign, which is the most optimist or most fortunate aspect here. It's very harmonious, lucky, a lot of opportunities. It like clears the way for you, Aries. So definitely use this as a way, I feel like, of for whatever it is that you want to do, any kind of self-improvement, maybe start up some new hobbies, or maybe even start up your own kind of business, little side hustle, whatever that's looking like for you, Aries. But let's get to your first card here. Interesting. Okay, so you got the first card of your opposite sign, the first card of Libras here, which is Sword and Scales card. With this card, this is a card of truth, justice, due process, by the book, appeal, balance, make amends, law, integrity, cut to the chase, fair and square, fair play, equity, even keel, legal matters, and hear me out. So interesting, Aries. The energy that's coming through here is the cut to the chase. And it feels like that maybe for some, I'm not sure if this is maybe where we've been in this place of like, there's a conversation that we need to have, and maybe we've been kind of dancing around this thing, or this could even be something in general where it's just like we've been kind of playing the long game, or just kind of like seating on the fence, or you know, maybe even so, more so, Aries, because just thinking that Libra's your opposite sign, this could be somewhere maybe we've been kind of dialing ourselves back a little bit. Maybe we've been maybe either cutting too hot, or maybe we feel like, I'm not sure, maybe it's like it's something that we got told that maybe you just come across as too much, or maybe too aggressive, because that's, you know, on the negative aspect, that could be on a lower vibration, that could be like an Aries trait. But it feels like that it's like we're not being ourselves, and it's like maybe we're trying to find this balance of when to be more direct and when to kind of pull back, you know, really kind of establish this almost diplomatic sense to the way you approach things, Aries. And that's very interesting. And maybe this is something that which I mean would make because I feel like that kind of makes sense because your ruler is in Virgo right now, and we'll be entering Libra here. Oh boy, we'll be entering Libra in about towards the end of August. But the other energy that's really kind of coming through here is the balance aspect of this thing. And I feel like whatever this is, maybe this, and if this isn't what I specifically was talking about, this could be just in general. It feels like maybe that it's given me a sense of like figuring out when to be direct and to take action, and when to kind of pull back. You know, that's the energy that I'm getting here. But let's get some tarot on this, get some details on that, Aries. Thank you. Alright, Aries, so you got the Nine of Wands here. Let's see what else we got. Okay, so fascinating. Okay, so you have the Nine of Wands, power couple here, King of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, and then the World here. Fascinating. Because with this energy, Aries, it feels like that this is almost like we're in a maybe for some of you, just thinking about Libra, dealing with relationships, and I don't even mean just romantic relationships. This could either be, this could be familial, this could be friends, this could be business, because the Libra covers a pretty broad aspect of like that one-to-one relationship. But it feels like that there's this sense of this sense of like almost like finding out, like we're adjusting the power or something along those lines. It's very interesting. It's like we got two very dominant energies that are coming through here, both with skills to bring to the table, but it feels like that there's this, it's like we're trying to establish this dynamic here, trying to figure out what it is that we're trying to create, or what it is that or it almost feels like that there's some kind of restriction here, something along those lines, something that's keeping us from moving forward to that next step. And I feel like that it's interesting, Aries. They don't, because when you think about the world, Saturn, I think I'm going to get a little bit more on the world, but the world, Saturn, rules over Capricorn. And he deals with authorities and things. And I feel like that this is a sense of where we're just trying to, it's not even like a flex, a matter of dominance or anything along those lines, but it feels like that there's this, it's just that there's, it gives me a sense of like, you know how when you have just like really two strong personalities in the room and they're just trying to watch them trying to integrate, that's where I feel like it's just like one's going, it's just like we keep trying to up each other here, but it's not in an energy of, it could be in an energy of like where we're raising each other together, but I feel like right now it's more so it's being channeled differently, or just like it's coming across as a more sort of competitiveness than a mutual sort of growth here. But let me get some more on the world here, Aries. And if this is not with a person, this could maybe be something within ourselves, where we're, I don't know, this could be where we've doubted how we've been operating, or just been really just kind of been this balance struggle internally here. That's really fascinating. Yeah. All right, thank you. Okay, not that one. Okay, dope. So let's see what we got here, Aries. So the world is clarified by the Seven of Cups, the Page of Cups, and then the Knight of Wands here. And that's what it sort of feels like. It feels that there's this energy of trying to, it's like there's maybe like a lot of ideas or something that's out on the table here, or that we're, for some, I do feel like that there's a sense of like, yeah, there's a lot of ideas that we may be trying to bounce off of each other or something, if, again, however this relationship is. And it just doesn't seem, it just feels like that there's this matter of trying to bring this cohesiveness together to get this thing really off the ground. It's like the potential is there if we can just figure out how we can merge this to create together, really find this kind of like this more, I feel like it's going to be a matter of really kind of thinking outside of the box, really getting more creative and figuring out how we can move on and really get this ball cooking here. But for some others, just because of the cut to the chase could be, and really again, since you got King and Queen of Pentacles here right off the bat, this could be maybe for some we are thinking about, it's like we're thinking about a relationship. And I feel like that this is one where if we were to take that step, there could be something like, I feel like it may be easier than you think, like it could be where things mesh really nice. I'm not quite sure. It's like maybe it's just like we come from maybe opposite worlds, but it's just like we're doing the same type of goal at the end of the day here. But it's just like it's like it kind of reminds me of like that I might be showing my there's this show that I remember watching, like that would come on like reruns when I was a kid, Dharma and Greg, where it was I think he was a lawyer and she was just kind of like this yoga instructor, kind of real spiritual, and I feel like it's like trying to bring those energies together. Very interesting energy here, Aries. But in that could be maybe, again, if there's something like you, maybe it's like we're trying to keep this level of status. You're the lawyer that likes to do a little bit of meditation, or maybe go on spiritual retreats, or maybe do a little tarot on the side, something along those lines. And it's like we're trying to figure out how to integrate those two energies together. But, right? That's fascinating, Aries. I like that. That's a strong start there. Very interesting. All right, let's talk about your ruler next time. Let's get some tea and then let's talk Mars, because you got Mercury that's going to be entering Virgo, and then Mars has been in Virgo. But Mercury's going to enter Virgo on the 28th of July and will be there through the 4th of October. And along with Gemini, Mercury rules over Virgo and is exalted in Virgo. So when Mercury is at home, but it's a little different with Gemini, where I feel like, Gemini energy is more that kind of definitely that curious, kind of like a real witty, funny type of energy, communication. Virgo is the same type of things, but it's just like it's a little more grounded, and this is a very productive cycle for you. Going to be for us, Aries. And our minds are going to be sharper. Going to be able to analyze information more, becomes stronger, communication becomes clearer. It's a very interesting energy. I feel like when Mercury's in Virgo, just when we're getting in all this Virgo energy, because I feel like it's where things are really going to start picking up around that time. But then we want to be mindful of on the lower vibration, Virgo can be a little hypercritical sometimes. So we just want to be mindful of that, like when we're seeking, like especially towards things of like perfectionism and things. We want to be mindful of that, Aries. But also, your ruler will be in Virgo until the 27th of August. And with this energy, Mars is the energy, like Mars rules over our energy, our passion, our drive, and being in a sign that is very detail oriented, that's analytical, organized. This really is a great energy for getting things on track, hammering out whatever details that we may be working out, whether this is with a person or maybe with ourselves. Maybe we're even thinking about starting some type of contract here or something, but maybe we feel that this person is out of reach. We're going to get more into that, but this does feel like a time, for you. It's for you, especially you in Scorpio, to really get into this energy of like achievement, and really kind of if we've been wanting to get some stuff knocked out or get some projects moving or something along those lines. Absolutely work with this Virgo, and Virgo's about routines and things. Absolutely. So definitely work with this energy here, Aries. But let's get an oracle card on this and get some more details. Let's see what we got here. One of your cards, I'm with it. You got the second card of Aries here, which is the Eclipse card. And with this card, this is the card of Union of Opposites. Interesting. Conceal, event, mask, upstage, merge, transform, camouflage, hide, overshadow, loss of power, temporary block, support, sudden darkness, and reveal. And the energy that's really kind of coming through here is this union of opposites, Aries. And again, I'm not sure if this is like maybe some ideals, like maybe we've even had like a certain way that we viewed the world or how we used to operate, and now we're getting to this place where we're opening our minds up to different kind of perspectives here, maybe broadening up into like even like a more even like I was talking about, being the lawyer who's tapped into spirituality. Maybe we're getting into a more spiritual sense, which would make sense because we are getting ready to be. We got, it's really, really potent energy right now, Aries, and I feel that, especially with you starting off with your opposite sign in your oracle card Libra, and then you getting yourself. So this could even be too, maybe where there's like this idea of, let's say for example, if there's like a job that we say that we never do, or like something that we would never try, or I feel like there's even like an energy of even taking a chance there, just like the loss of power that's sticking through this too, because I'm wondering if with this energy is if it's that where it's not even a sense of fear. It almost feels like a place of like a comfort, like if we're out of control, then we don't function properly or something along those lines. And it could be even like making a peace with that, Aries. That's some transformative energy for sure there too. But I feel like that there's going to be the event is being highlighted too, and there could be something where there's going to be either there was an event or there's something that's going to be coming up here that's going to bring a, it's almost like bringing a different way of thinking, or like either see another type of perspective. That's really I mean, I like that, Aries. I feel like that's something. Let's get some tarot on. That's something to get some tarot on. So let's get some more details on this. Okay. Aha! Look at that. Ooh, look at that. How fascinating. So you got Aries, that's sick. So with your eclipse card, you got the sun, the high priestess, who's the moon, and then we got the fool, Uranus energy, change, future. So something is that's something's coming together here, Aries. I'm not quite sure what this is, but with the I feel like that it's going to be a matter of where it's like your sense of will. It's like it's combining. There's like something because the moon can deal with like and like the moon, the high priestess. The moon energy, like when we think in our placements, that's like the subconscious, the hidden. You know, what we keep, what we don't, what we can reveal to those closest to us, and I feel like that there's going to be this integration here of just like something that's going to change how we see ourselves or how we're presenting ourselves in the world, and I feel like it's going to be one that's going to be of a shock here. I feel like some change is going to be happening because fun little fact here. I had just learned thanks to Scorpio's reading that there were two fools in this deck, and they got both of the fools, and so I feel like there's something that's cooking up for you, and Mars has got something cooking up for you in Scorpio that's been where something is changing here, but there's a little bit more on this high priestess. Let's see what the moon's got to say. Let's see what's going on with that. Because maybe you've been feeling these kind of even like intuitive sort of it's a sense of like something needs to change, but it's just like we're not quite sure what. And I feel like that what is getting ready to be revealed to themselves. It's just really kind of tuning in, Aries, but let's see what you got here. Libra. Oh, I'm with it. So the High Priestess, you're starting to rack up some majors here, because you got the High Priestess is clarified by the Star, the Justice card, and then the Four of Pentacles here. And again, there's that sense of balance. Look at Libra. That's a cool little Justice card. And that's interesting too that you got, because the Star is Aquarius, the Fool. Oh, and Saturn. Where'd Saturn go? The World too. The World and the Fool, Uranus, and Saturn both rule over the Star card here. So I feel like there is an emphasis on finding. The sooner we start working on kind of integrating this thing that is throwing us out of balance, or whatever this. I'm not sure if it's a different kind of mindset or like a paradigm shift that's getting ready to happen, but whatever this is, that this, I feel like the moment that we really start working on whatever that, because this could be something where we're healing from something. The Star card can be a card of healing, but it feels like that we've been kind of maybe keeping kind of caged up here, been keeping our energies maybe kind of blocked off to something, like just think with that temporary block. And maybe it's just like, it's like the gears are starting to turn here. Something is shifting. And I feel like it's getting to a, it's going to get you to a because that's, I mean, it's something that's wild to get the sun and the moon during the eclipse in this card, and that's you. Something big's going to be happening here, Aries. So I definitely feel like pay attention to any sort of opportunities that may come up, because again, you're in this trine energy right now. So I mean, this is opportunities. Let's make that energy work for you more. That's fascinating. I like that. Let's not separate the sun and the moon here. Let's see. All right, let's talk about Taurus energy. Because you got Jupiter that's in Taurus, and then you got Uranus, the Fool. Where'd the Fool go? The Fool's somewhere around here. The Fool in Taurus. And with Jupiter being in Taurus, this is about thinking about the future and thinking about what areas we don't feel secure in and investing in that long-term abundance, you know, like wherever you don't feel secure. This could be financially, spiritually, emotionally, physically, and doing that research, you know, doing that growth, you know, tap into that. I almost feel like I'm getting the sense of like tapping into that Aquarius energy in the sense of like, you know, thinking about just like some out of the box ways or some just more innovative ways of just like evolving Aries. It's very, very fascinating what's coming through here, but Jupiter in Taurus is about that expansion, that growth, that learning, but also that spiritual energy. So, and honestly, with all this Pisces energy, with Saturn being in Pisces right now, Neptune just went retrograde in Pisces. We're in a very interesting time, I feel like, and one that can be of self-discovery and it's not to say that we're not going to have any sort of like short-term things, but it's going to be like a lot of small wins. I feel that's leading to this big win over time. You know, that's keeping this stuff, keeping that abundance. Perpetuating. So I'm still like I'm trying to balance between like telling you this and like going to your reading because you got some big energy coming through. And then you got Uranus in Taurus, and Uranus has been in Taurus since 2018, and it's been mad change all around. I mean, as you brought here today, it's been mad change, and I feel like that we're in a time of thinking about the future. We're in the age of Aquarius, especially since that Pluto's going to be moving into Aquarius next year around their season, you know. So we're getting into this weird kind of divine timing here where right now we're in an introspective place, you know, thinking about the areas that we can change and evolve and what old outdated things are holding us back from jumping into that future and building a new, you know, establishing new resources here, building a stronger foundation. So interesting. Let's get an oracle on this, Aries. Wow, so you got the 6th card of Libras here, which is the Repairman card. And with this card, this is a card of repair, fine-tune, heal, fix, many working parts, reset, proceed carefully, needs fixing, make adjustments, recover, skilled, make things right, mend, restore, and upgrade it. And that's this. It's like this. The mix is a mix of energy here, Aries. It's like a fine tuning and a hard reset here. Maybe not a hard reset, but just a reset in general. It's like this could be a way that we're thinking. It's like we really are trying to find. It almost feels like that your head is just like in this. I don't even know how to describe it. It's almost like a hyper focus, almost like it's not necessarily overwhelmed, but it's just like it's on overdrive or something along those lines. And we may need to take a moment and, because Aries, yours is one I feel like your energy needs to move. You know, like all of us definitely benefit from, you know, moving the body and things, but just to keep, if you find yourself where your energy is really kind of building up, I feel like that's finding a way to release that, you know, as far as like, again, some kind of maybe some yoga or maybe even doing some, since you got all this Libra energy, maybe even some art, something along those lines, but just anything to kind of really bring that energy down a little bit. Because I feel like this Knight of Wands, even this, it's like this Knight of Wands sun energy here, because the Knight of Wands is Leo energy. And it feels like that it's burning real hot. And there's this need to kind of slow down a little bit, or just find a way to maybe kind of slow the brain, or because we're it's like you're in a. Let me get some tarot on this. This is cool. And the proceed carefully kind of popped out to me, Aries, and I don't feel like it's at anything where it's like you're in any kind of danger or anything. It's more so just along the lines of like, and this is not health advice, but just being mindful of it's like how we push ourselves, you know? Because I feel like sometimes where this, sometimes I feel like that growth can bring on this sense of excitement and anxiety, and it's just like, you know, that when just being mindful of that push, Aries. But let me see what let's see what your cards are. So you have the Five of Swords, the Knight of Swords, the Ace of Swords, and then the Three of Wands here. And this is what I mean. I feel like there's a lot of opinions here. I feel like with this Five of Swords, whether this be actual people's opinions or this is just stuff that we've going on, you know, maybe some stuff that we've heard from others that we're just kind of playing out in our heads here. It's like we're processing this stuff right now. This in like a buffering state, or just like a, it's because it's not that it's like, I feel like it's like a needs fixing or anything. It really is just like a readjustment to maybe this level of expansion or something. It's like you've learned something or will get ready to learn something. Maybe we're going back to even like a schooling type of thing, whether this is like an online course or whatever this is. But there's like, it's like there's this seed that's been planted, this idea with this Ace of Wands that now is really kind of running wild right now, Aries. At least is what I'm feeling here. And I mean, it's exciting, but it's one where, because, you know, sometimes, like, especially, I remember when I started this channel, Aries, and I was like, it was great. Like, I loved, it was a different kind of outlet for like expression. And I mean, I would just go, I would go and go and go, and kind of was skipping, like missing meals, and not intentionally, just kind of missing meals. And I was on like a weird schedule at the time, so it's just like kind of doing a lot, and it wasn't, you got to be mindful of that. I feel how we're pushing here, and you know, your energy has been going around a little bit. Seeing a lot of emperors kind of popping up here in the last few readings I've noticed. So, I feel like we are definitely in a state of action, but I just feel like it's the push that I feel like we just want to be mindful of here, Aries, and because now it's like the body is. It's like it's adjusting to this stuff here. It's very, very fascinating, Mark. Okay, I hope that this makes sense, Aries, because yeah, I like it. It's it's really cool. Whatever this is, it's like an epiphany or something along those lines here. But let's talk about let's get some more tea, and then let's get to Pisces energy. Because you got Saturn that's retrograde in Pisces, and Neptune just went retrograde in Pisces towards the end of June. But Saturn retrograde in Pisces is kind of asking, we'll be retrograde 1 until the 4th of November. And Saturn and Pisces really kind of ask us, you know, what have we been doing with our lives thus far? You know, in what ways can we grow, expand, and make our dreams come true? Because Pisces is very imaginative, very spiritual, very psychic type of energy, and is really tapping into that dream realm and making this stuff happen here. Whether this is we're making deals, whether we're I don't know, Aries, you know, just thinking, because it's like a change even of perspective, like thinking about like how we can do something. But that's what Saturn wants from us, to really kind of, one, make our dreams come true, but another sense, you know, how I was talking about Pisces, very spiritual, very psychic, you know, this is the energy of getting in touch with your spirituality, maybe even going within, because if this is not a relationship, then this is more personal than it feels like. It's really getting in touch with who you are, and it's like it's almost like that merge of, like, again, like your sun and your moon sign, even just like finding that balance. And it's interesting. But then you got Neptune that's going to be retrograde until the 6th of December. And with Neptune retrograde in Pisces, this is I've been looking forward to this energy for, well, I mean, we're in it now, but before it was coming up, it felt like this was going to be a really interesting energy. Because one, you know, Neptune deals with like escapism and, you know, hidden things, and it's one thing to think about is what things we can let go, what we've noticed again that are holding us back. But also, Neptune deals with that mysterious realm, the fantastic, the imaginary things along those lines. And with her going retrograde, it's almost like the veil has been opened now. And you can really kind of tap into that to source, star card, and really look within and find that, tap into that intuitive side of yourself, Aries, and really just kind of let that energy rip. Just kind of, I'm not sure. Like, it's weird. It's like, let's get some oracles on this. I don't know what you're cooking up, Aries, or what you've been watching or what we've been learning, but it seems like it's and this could be something too where if we haven't been, thank you, if we haven't been feeling this, whatever the stimulation is that I'm talking about here, like maybe this is an energy to incite us to start learning some new things, you know, maybe tap into like an old skill or revisit something along those lines here. But all right, well, okay, I was about to say, if you get like another Aries card, we're going back and forth here, but you're still kind of in Venus realms here because Venus rules over Libra, and you got the first card of Taurus here, which is the Emerald card. And with this card, this is a card of healing, fertility, eternity, reflection, humility, sexuality, rare, peace, soul restoration, growth, strong relationship, balance, free-flowing love, mature love, and heart chakra. And there's really a lot of energy here of balance, you know, with this. But another thing that came through is the reflection. And I was thinking about talking about that with the Knight of Swords, because sometimes with the Knight of Swords, he can be so focused on the future, and he doesn't take the time to really reflect on all this change that has been happening. And I feel like for some, it's just like if we do get in this state of where we're just like learning a lot or doing a lot of discovery, a lot of growth, maybe a lot of rapid growth is happening here. I do feel like we want to be mindful of just taking a moment and allowing our thoughts to kind of catch up, to find some channels to really kind of process this stuff again, whether this is going for a walk or maybe going for a jog or doing some journaling or whatever this is. But whatever this is, it does feel like there's some sort of soul restoration that's going down, that there is this inner peace that's trying to be established here. That's I like that, Aries. Let's get some tarot on this. Okay, Aries, let's see what else we got here. Alright, Aries, so you have the Page of Wands, the Six of Wands, the Ten of Pentacles, the King of Swords, and then the Strength card. And this is what feels like is what's going down. It's like there's a lot of wisdom that I feel like that's going to be attained here. It's going to be some work, I feel, with the Six of Wands. It's going to be a lot of small wins. I feel like that's going to add up to the state of big wins in the long run, the Ten of Pentacles energies. But it's going to be one where it's going to require some confidence, Aries, I feel like, and some perseverance, you know, and I almost feel like the need to really kind of because that's fascinating too, that you got the Sun and you got Leo here. You know, I really feel like too there's an emphasis of, you know, really kind of enjoying this growth as well, that there's something that even through the hard times, you know, that you're getting to this end game here, to this state of victory, to this sunlight. But it's something too where, you know, where we were talking about that reflection with the Knight of Swords and things, I feel like a need to make sure that we are paying attention to the lessons that do come up, you know, and really kind of processing how all this energy that's going through here, because I feel like especially like the Sun and the Strength card, that's saying we got like it's like just renewed vigor or something along those lines. It's like you got like it's like a really I love that what this energy that's coming through here. I feel like it's like a clarity, you know, or it's just some sort of understanding here. You know, it's like now we kind of have a clearer picture of what victory kind of looks like for us, and I'm speaking through you, Aries, but it is remembering. I do like, you know, where the Six of Wands, it's like, you know, Six of Wands is like you look at this card, it's like when you look at people on social media and they post like all the positive stuff and, you know, all the snapshots and things, but it's like it takes a lot to get to that state of wisdom, you know, and it takes a lot. We got a lot of, because then I think you had the Page of Swords earlier. I'm almost positive he did. He's somewhere around here, but maybe not. Whatever, but where was I going to go with that? I lost my it's fine, Aries, but but I do feel that this is something that is going to get you in a really kind of strong position here, and I almost feel like that this is something that you may even be able to pass down to others in the long run, because the King of Swords is he gives me very kind of a teacher type of figure as well. This is a Gemini energy here, and it's like taking all that energy that you've learned, all these experiences and stuff, and then yeah, really manifesting that here. That's brilliant. Look at you, really syncing up with the energies, Aries. All right, let's get to this last little bit here, which is going to be Pluto energy. And with Pluto is going to be retrograde in Capricorn until the 10th of October. And with Pluto being retrograde, you know, this is an energy of asking yourself, what does success look like for you? And maybe that's what's been going down here. We've been asking ourselves these sort of like Ten of Pentacles questions, like, is this really where I see my future going? Is this where I want to channel my energy? What things do I, like, if we're not, Capricorn is that the sign of achievement, you know, the sea goat ruled by Saturn. And if we're not feeling accomplished or like where we're at in life, it's just like, what do we need to do to get there? How do we get our dreams and stuff in balance? And on a more kind of global sense, you know, Capricorn can deal with like authorities and governments and things, and so there, you know, we've already noticed probably a lot of changes that have been going down already, and I feel like there's going to be a lot more of that to come. We are really getting into a very innovative age, and things are going to be a lot different. You know, it's eclipse energy all around, you know, that could be that kind of erratic type of fool energy. So it's, but I also feel like that's going to be an exciting time, a time for us to become wiser, you know, to kind of tip the scales back in the soul tribe's favor, you know, really kind of be more where, because considering too, you got all that support for Aquarius, it's just like getting to where the collective, the soul tribe again, is like, it's, you know, where the powers are kind of coming in balance here too as well. And I even feel like for you, Aries, this feels like that you may be getting your sense of power back too with this Capricorn energy, like, and not in like a domineering type of way. It's more of like the energies kind of collaborating, and I dig that. I like that for you, and I feel one thing too with this energy, depending on, and this is going to be if your Aries placements falls to as far as like the 27th degree, probably even like the 26th, 25th, you might even feel a little bit of that. But depending on where your Aries placements are at, this is going to be forming a square with your sign, and squares can produce like internal conflicts and restrictions, delayed achievements. It's like life is kind of happening to us here, but it's remembering that where you may not be in control of a situation, we can control how we feel about it, our thoughts on this thing, and then adjust and pivot from there. Use that energy to grow from. But squares are also, they're just meant to, again, and also to remind us that we can be resourceful. Tap into our Queen of Pentacles energy when the going gets tough. You know what I mean? But let's get an oracle on this, Aries. Get some details. Alright, Aries. Last oracle card here. Now, and look at you. You got the third card of Capricorns here, which is the crack shot card. So I see you showing off, hitting your freaking mark, Aries. I like that. Before we even get into that, because I think this has something to do with accuracy. Yeah, there's accurate on here, and that's where I feel like you hit your mark just then. And that's what I'm talking about. It feels like that we're in this state of realization where it's just like the energies have been kind of just dead on here. But this crack shot card is a card of competent, superior, precise, expert, sharp-tongued, witty, clear-cut, dead on, intense, target, showdown, effective, impressive, accurate, skilled, excel, arrogant, and first class. And I do feel like that we do want to be mindful. I feel like with whatever this thing is that we're learning or whatever this growth is, to be mindful of arrogance, to get to where we're, for example, let's say we've got like a new idea and we know that we want to be mindful of forcing our ideas on others. And not to say that you would do that, Aries, but it's just being mindful. Sometimes we can get, when we learn something of growth, we can get a little overzealous. I was, when I really started dabbling into, or really started doing like my research into like astrology and things along those lines. Oh yeah, well, I got everybody's chart, just kind of like, oh yeah, but you know what I mean? But it's like, just being mindful of that, Aries. But the big thing that really kind of stuck out to me is that dead on, it's just like, it's a level of confidence that, because maybe some of us feel like it's arrogance, and on a different standpoint. Now, I like that. We're coming from a different area with that arrogance. I feel like that maybe for some, it's like we've got this idea, but maybe some of us would even think about that Five of Swords here. Maybe some of you're like, I'm going to be the next owner of, I'm going to have 10 companies in the next X amount of years, and others are just like, oh yeah, Aries, okay, yeah, blah, 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 blah. But it feels like, don't let others get you where you doubt yourself, because right now we're in this state of where the energies are at. The only crazy ideas are the ones that aren't being implemented. So I feel like if you got any ideas, any dreams that you want to get cooking up, that's what Saturn in Pisces really wants you to do, to make emeralds, to change the game up, to be innovative, be an eclipse. This last eclipse, speaking of eclipse, and that's something that eclipse that happened on your sign, Aries, that happened like, it was on like the last degree of your sign. It's really you coming into that, I feel like that mature type of energy, that kind of Capricorn type of like, because I feel like Capricorn energy, Saturn energy is one that gets wiser and more, it refines over time here. And I feel like this growth is going to be impressive, because that was how you've been lining up here. It's dope, Aries. And let's get some tarot on this, get some details. Alright, Aries. Last little bit here. Ooh. Alright, your aces are starting to stack up here. Okay, let's see what else we got. And then I love it. Then we got our fortune. So you have the Nine of Pentacles, the Seven of Swords, Four of Wands, the Two of Wands, and I'm almost positive that we sure did have the Three of Wands earlier. But, interesting. The Ace of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands, and then the Wheel of Fortune. We got a lot going on here. So let me just switch back over. Because one thing, because I think, I'm almost positive. I know we didn't have Page of Pentacles here, but I could have swore you had the Three of Wands here. But for story's sake, I can't find it at the... Oh, there you are. So you got all of your Minor Arcana cards here, where I'm getting at. And I feel like that you're getting to this place where we're really kind of refining some skills right now. I feel like with the Nine of Pentacles and the Seven of Swords coming up here, that you are in a really I don't know, either we're in a potent energy or we're getting ready to get into a heightened state here. Because, I mean, you got, what, three of a kind? Three of the four aces here? You got Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, Ace of Swords. It's taking those ideas, grounding them, putting in that action. And I feel like that, with the Ace of Cups missing, it's making sure that whatever this thing is, and maybe that's what we're trying to find right now, it's making sure that this thing is going to fill up all of our cups, that there's that what we're giving in is that what we're getting back, like that Six of Pentacles type of energy, like this is an expansive energy. I feel like that's going down here, Aries. With Jupiter popping up here and having the sun. I'm with it. I think that you are really about to be in a time of just like, and again, if we're not feeling this energy, I feel like that it's like the universe is like, it's like, hey, let's get some things cooking up here, Aries. If things have been feeling pretty cool here, let's tap into that Page of Wands energy, manifest something. You got some ideas you want to cook up, let's see them. That's what this energy feels like. And if we've been kind of, even with like the Two of Wands, it's like if we've been kind of on the fence about like, should I, shouldn't I, it's listening to that intuition. If it feels right, why not? I say, but it's for sure, I do feel like we're about to get to work. Whatever this is, Aries, it's about to be a busy one for you. And I feel like in the best way. And make this, whatever this is, I feel like this thing is going to, when we get these seeds sown and really kind of get in that routine of nurturing this, whatever this growth is, Jupiter and Saturn. I was going to say I'm not going to try to look for the world, but there he is. Jupiter and Saturn are going to really reward that, Aries. So I like that. I think I'm going to leave that there. So if you like that, Aries, or if anything resonates with you, give it a thumbs up. Because you really synced up today. I was sick, especially that little sun moon thing. I love that. That was fantastic. And share this, Aries, if you know someone who's maybe been sitting on some heat, got some big dreams that they want to do, or I don't know. It's very, very innovative. I'm not quite sure what that is, but I like it, and I feel like let's get some emperors out here. Let's see what you got there, Aries, and then subscribe, hit that bell button, get notified on all these videos each week. And then I'm on this meditation app, Insight Timer, and I started a group on there called Zodiacs Raising the Vibration. And it's just a group that posts like positive affirmations, encouraging messages, things along those lines. And then definitely as the group grows, I'm going to start posting different meditations, guided affirmations, binaural beats, things along those lines. Maybe doing like bracing your, authority with the world, or manifesting abundance with the Wheel of Fortune, something along those lines. Void, of course, with the moon. Oh yeah, all this change here. And I like that too. Even just thinking about that, I haven't even really paid attention to that even. It's just like, you got the world. After the world is the fool here. It's like we're getting ready to start a new cycle off here and do something fresh, but it's fascinating. Check that out, Aries. And then lastly, look at you getting our ruler here, Aries. Not that you need her, but if you have any Cancer in your placement, Sun, Moon, Rising, come on over to my channel, The Chariot Friends. I do videos Monday through Friday there. We discuss lunar shenanigans. It's a good old time. And all that housekeeping down in the description box below. But let me get you surprise cards here so I can get you out of here. So you got the Devil, Capricorn here. You got their ruler. I really feel that you are getting ready to get into a very authoritative, if this is not getting into like a place of like management or something along those lines, or like a promotion or something like that, there's this energy of coming into just getting a sense of control over your life, of like really feeling that we're really getting momentum here. But I feel that the Devil does remind us that these type of dreams, I'm about to get your oracle card, but these dreams do take work. Whatever this is committing to this thing. It's and how do we keep that balance in while we're going to achieve these dreams here? It's very fascinating. And I almost feel like that I'm just more so just thinking about this as a placement. I was just listening to something about this not too long ago. Uranus and Capricorn. I have Uranus and Capricorn. And I feel like that it's changing the way that we work too. It's interesting where, because the Uranus and like the Uranus and like Aquarius energy, they're not about being restricted or anything along those lines. Like it's a sense of freedom. You know what I mean? And that's where I feel like we're in this energy of. Let me get your oracle card here. Absolutely, I love that. Because you got the awake card in reverse here, and that's what feels like that it's happening right now. You know, we're getting ready to go through an awakening right now. There's still some pieces that I feel like that are coming together, but we're getting ready to, you're getting the way that you're lining up and these energies are syncing up together, Aries. I feel like that we're close to getting that key. Like it's just like it's right there, and then things are going to start, the downloads are going to start pouring in, and it's just like a, even looking at this tea here, it's almost like I could almost like smell the aroma off of it. There's this energy here, I feel like, of finding moments of really being present and paying attention to just like all the I don't know, like the nuances around you, Aries. And that's interesting energy that's coming through there. But you're getting ready to accomplish something really great here, because you know Capricorn, they don't just move mountains, they make mountains. And I feel like that's what's getting ready to happen here. You're getting ready to tap into this because Capricorn is intuitive in the sense that, like, being that sea goat, they have to be inventive about how they manifest these mountains, these dreams and things. And there is a level of intuition of that to be able to manifest like that success and that material stuff. So yeah, there's something I feel like we're going to learn, but and it's too, I feel like it's a matter of confidence as well. And if you have others that may have been telling you otherwise, or we've been getting in our heads about that, Aries, you know, then letting go of that mindset, because why can't you achieve whatever it is that your heart sets out to? So I like that. I think I'm gonna leave that there, and look at that, you're gonna be my most efficient one there. So and look at you. So let's get to work, Aries. I like that. You stay safe out there. All this change, and you know Virgo deals with, and not health advice, but Virgo deals with can deal with health routines or health and stuff as well. So just be mindful when we're doing all this growth. Just be mindful of your health. Raise your vibration through the roof, because yeah, something big's going down here, Aries, and I like this. This is like a real kind of I like it. I do. I think it's some sort of paradigm shift or something along those lines. A brand new I don't do this often, but I don't know if you can see. Oh, let's see my tattoo here. Oh, there's a little higher perspective there, Aries. I'm doing a lot. And I will get you. Get you out there, Emperor. On the next one. Later.